today with NGK.
I'm Nicole.
I'm Grace.
And I'm Karina. And we have a special guest today.
I'm Kaliah. Hey! Thanks for joining us again, guys. And we're so happy to be announcing our topic today. I think it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
What are we talking about today, guys?
Talk about a lot of things, but it's relationship based. But we definitely want to dive right into Kaliah.
We got some hot questions for Kaliah.
But I mean, we're like in a different state right now. Like it's just like this pandemic is just like
We're on lockdown.
Yeah.
And it's annoying. It's
so annoying.
It's draining. It's tough.
A new type of lockdown too. Like this whole.
Is it new though?
I mean,
I feel like it's
so
more
vague.
aggressive now. Like they're making it a little bit more aggressive right now.
It's more vague, but it's being taken more seriously, I think, in terms of like the store closing earlier.
Yeah.
Talks about a curfew, which thankfully isn't actually happening as of now, as it did in Quebec. But
But still, we can't do anything. You can't go anywhere. You can only go for groceries.
Yeah.
Walmart.
Yeah.
Nothing's really
Go
changed.
to the
though.
doctor. And
No.
that's
I
about
don't
it.
think anything's changed.
I don't
How was your life before that? Nothing has changed.
Nothing has changed.
You just stay home all the time?
Before the new rules and restrictions, like I was still doing the same old. I couldn't go anywhere to no mall, no movies, no nothing. I go to the grocery store. It would close at 9. Big whoop a whole hour earlier, but like not anything really different.
True.
I just want to go on vacation.
Yes.
I'm
Yeah,
dying
it's
to
a
go on
vacation.
vacation.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna try to go on vacation. We have to.
Might sneak out the
Something.
country.
Just like like a little bit.
At this point, it's easier to quarantine when you get back because everything's
Yeah.
closed anyway.
That's
So
true.
why not, right? But
Well, this is why we're here, to entertain each other, to entertain you guys. I'm gonna get right into it. I have a spicy question I want to hear.
We're gonna get right into it. Okay, cool. No cap. Let's do
I want
it.
to hear Kaliah's point of view. So we were asking each other, and we're like, big dick,
What's the question?
no money.
Okay.
I know.
Would you? Do,
Okay.
No, I'm about.
Okay,
Okay.
Big dick, no money, or small dick, and you are about to get the world. What are you gonna live with?
I'm taking my big dick and no money.
Yeah.
I can finance myself.
like
I'm
that,
independent.
bro.
I got that.
Ooh.
But also
Yeah.
too, it comes with other things, right? Like,
Yeah.
is the person like a good communicator? Is he understanding? Is he more actionable? And I mean that in the sense that are we talking about something and you're doing, not just talking and you're not doing shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So you
that's what I
can't
mean.
be big dick and what list?
Yes.
Okay.
If you're gonna be big, this
I mean, if you have no money,
emotionally,
but then if you have no
But you have no
no.
money, like you're kind of
You gotta have
So
something.
he's
That's true.
Okay, this is like no money. No money at
Yeah,
all.
like
Are
broke,
you- are
like
you a
broke
good-
or broke, like
Okay.
He's broke.
Are
So
you-
he's asking you for money. When you're going out to eat,
Okay.
you're
You're
paying for
doing
dinner.
everything.
You want to go on vacation?
You're probably
paying
paying
for
You know what it
vacation.
is? I've been with small dick, and I just know I will take anything else.
Yeah.
And like, nah, it's just
Yeah.
not worth it.
Yikes.
At all.
Is there
No.
anything
I
that
agree with
compensates?
you.
Like, what if they can eat the box? Amazing. And you're just like, it's mind blowing. Does that compensate for it?
Dick is always
No?
is the best.
Okay.
Nothing compares to that. I find.
How about you, lady?
Honestly, when people talk, sometimes it triggers songs in my mind. You know
I was like, I'm not gonna sing it.
Can we cue that song? I have it all the time. So nothing compares.
I thought about it. I thought I was gonna be corny if I said it, but good thing to know somebody else was thinking.
Okay.
Somebody else was thinking about it, so I feel good. I literally was about to sing
No,
it.
that's,
So,
that's
do you know the
track,
song?
though.
Anyways, Nicole,
Yes, Karina.
how do you feel about that?
You know what? I would go for the small D with money. I'm not gonna be. I mean, I have kids, right? I already support 2 other human lives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not about to add a third being to that. Like, I like to travel. I want to live my best life.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be paying for your vacation, my vacation, your dinner, my dinner on every occasion. That's just too much.
I don't
Yeah,
think
it's a
so.
lot.
The thing is, like, you're focused so much on doing things that cost money. What about the dates that don't? What about going on? I'm about like sentimental stuff. Like my boyfriend already knows that. Like we go for walks, we just talk. We could talk for hours.
Yes.
We go play
But
ball
he's probably
together. We
financially
do,
stable.
you know what I mean?
You
There's
can't
like-
He's
always
financially
do that
stable.
though. Of course, you're gonna do things that don't cost money, like low maintenance, low cost outings. But at the same time, there's also things that I love to do that cost a lot of money. Like travel is huge for me,
Yeah,
and
but
I
you
want
don't
to
need to
travel a regular.
Go by yourself. I mean,
Well, if
go
I'm
with your
dating
girls.
someone, I want them to come.
You don't go with your girls. You don't need no man to do that.
Okay, so all right. So wait. So you said ends all be all, doesn't matter what else they're doing, they have to have the big dick,
Yes.
right? What if, and then obviously they can't be wetlists. Don't you think that if they don't have any money, that speaks to other areas of a person's character, like their
No.
lack of ambition,
No.
lack of work ethic? Why do they have no money?
Because my thought is, because this is such a vague question. You're saying he doesn't have money, cool. But is he fit? That shows me that he works hard. He does care about himself. If he's a sweet and passionate person, that means that he thinks about his emotions and he cares about how I feel. So there's more things than just saying, oh, is he financially stable, yes or no? It's so vague without knowing if that person has depth or not. Because you can have all the money in the world and have a small dick and be a shit ass person, and I just can't mess with that.
Yeah.
But if you show me other areas where you're ambitious and you're strong, I don't see why we can't use that as a base to grow. So that's where I stand with that.
Okay, so they gotta have. I agree, and I get that completely. Because like you used fitness as an example, so that shows you got drive, you can work hard, and then I guess you're willing to be that motivation to bring them to new heights where they can make money. What do you guys think?
Go ahead, Grace.
I'm so conflicted, but darn, and I don't know.
See, without depth, you can't
It's
answer the
hard.
question
It's
just
kind of
straight
tricky.
It's tricky because I feel like sex is a big deal in a relationship. Almost
deal.
like 70% of the relationship is like sexual, and the other 30% is like.
Okay, but if you
I'm just trying to be realistic because you're not gonna be able to have
Okay.
sex 24/7. I'm just saying, like,
You can try.
But when you think about it, like, it's gonna pop off, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to have to feel like, oh my god, like we're gonna have to be creative now. Like, oh my god, I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like with a small dick, it would be a situation. Like, yeah, sure, financially you're stable, but what I might do, I'll take that big dick and we'll just like find a way to make money together and like motivate him if I have to, but. We're not gonna be sitting here with you saying you have no money. I'm not taking care of everything. I'm not gonna do that because I don't want that. Like, I don't want that type of stress. So I'll do the big thing. No money because I want guaranteed action all the time. And then we'll just have to start talking about like some action planning like immediately and how we're gonna make you level up.
So question then for you both then, who didn't comment about the small penis then. What if he is small, has all the money, but then he has some controlling tendencies and he doesn't want you to do anything with yourself? Like, you can't play with yourself. You can't go and find somebody else to please you. You got to stick with him and he controls that. Then does that change the dynamic of where you fit with that?
For the record, we're not dick shaming today, but I'm not for the small penis at all. Yeah, I couldn't. No, I've been there, done that. No, it's not for me.
Yeah, I've been there. Wow.
Um,
I can't do
it's
it.
a big
It's yeah. I'd rather
It's
have no
hectic,
dick
man.
than a small penis.
Yeah,
that's how
Just
it
a
is.
waste of time and energy and lies.
Yeah.
Like, why am I lying to you when I'm
you
laying
can't-
there?
I
For
know,
what?
especially if you're a
Wow.
sexual person, to deal with a small, like, you won't get anything out of it. You won't, that part, you'll be missing. There'd be a void in your relationship.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you had.
I feel like I'd be tempted to like explore.
You would be.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
I
she-
think that like sex is an extremely important part of a
is
relationship.
important.
And if it's not good, then
If he's not hitting those walls, look
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. But
he's
then
not
also
hitting
like
those
money is
walls?
also important. That's a tough question.
Money comes and
How about I
goes.
just choose somebody else altogether?
That's why I said
Yeah.
no dick. I'd rather no dick than
Yeah.
yeah.
You try that?
Yeah, because
I'll
that's a
take
tough
I'll
position
I'll
to
take
be
the
in.
big thing. We're just gonna.
Basic, no money.
But would that
Wow.
just be your maintenance man though, or would it
No, we're gonna have an action plan. I'm gonna see how serious you are
Exactly.
about
You
it
can-
and
you
how
can-
you're gonna
you can
level
help
up.
them? Okay,
I
you level
really
them
think
up?
I
Okay.
really think people could change. They just need like they just need that motivation.
Okay, but
and
what
they
if he
don't know.
can't
That's
change?
unattractive.
Oh, then I'm out for
Yeah,
sure.
if
Like
he
we're
can't
not trying to
change
change.
and you
Okay,
What
yeah,
is-
no. And he's what?
This
Like
is-
nothing?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll be by
no.
myself?
Okay.
And-
You might as well be
Yeah,
right.
like
Yeah,
you're
you
not
might as
gonna
well be by
stay.
yourself.
But like if this is something I'm choosing between these two situations, we're gonna keep choosing this situation. Hopefully they'll level up. If they don't,
Yeah.
we're just on to the next.
Because you can change, you can help, you can work with a big dick guy with nothing
Yes.
than a small dick guy
has
with,
it.
Yes, because
has
how am I gonna
everything.
help you
Well,
perform?
He can get
Yeah.
enhancement stuff. Like, I've heard of like some great doctors like online and stuff.
I'm not
Some of the
surprised.
pop-ups that come up on your computer. They're like, oh, yeah.
You think those work?
I'm not surprised.
We need to find it. Well, no dude's gonna come on the podcast
And say
that.
Well,
That's like your entire manhood.
And they don't know. I don't know. Do they even
work?
know? Do they even know if they have a small?
They do.
Absolutely.
They know.
I don't know if they
know.
know.
Oh,
because
they know.
small dick ones sleep with the most amount of girls.
And they have the most chat
No
too.
work.
They have the most. They
Thank
be
you.
telling you things like, "Oh, I'm gonna do this to you, do that to you," and then when you get in bed with them, it's just like, "Where's the rest of you?"
You know what?
Did I miss something?
Where you at? You
There's
know?
always this like
Yikes.
excitement that they try to bring to the table, and it's like, oh, okay, like
I don't think I've ever experienced like the way you guys are talking about it. I've never experienced it to that extent.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yes, I've had some, like one person in particular that I'm thinking of that wasn't like super big or whatever. But just like whatever.
No, like there's certain sizes that you can work with, but
Yeah.
like when they're like,
I've
this
never had
small,
that.
Yeah,
Maybe
when
that's
it's
why I'm
like
not
when
that.
it's like
you
this,
I've
it's
never
like,
had that.
It's
no.
like
It's
I think,
traumatizing.
But
honestly,
if I discovered that, I wouldn't proceed. Like y'all proceeded. That's
because
the issue
honestly,
here.
everything happened in the dark, and it's just like,
no,
yeah,
I
you know
feel
what?
no, nothing dark, nothing.
No.
I will feel.
You're hoping
and
they'll
if I'm
change
not
a little bit,
feeling
give them a
anything-
chance.
The thing is,
No.
you're hoping they'll grow. It's like,
Somehow,
okay,
maybe they were nervous.
fair enough.
And it was
grow.
just flat.
You're hoping to grow a little
And then,
bit,
like,
but
you know, maybe the
know
second
what?
time, third time,
it's
it will
because
turn
they have
out.
so much. Most of these guys have so much talk. You wouldn't even think to feel because you're like, okay, he's gonna
It's
say it.
ingrained in
Put
me
it
to
on.
feel though.
Like-
Like I'll be feeling. Sorry, guys. But you know what I mean? Like I will feel. There's no way anybody's putting anything anywhere unless I've felt it.
All
Well,
right.
no, you feel
All right.
there's
No way.
like obviously the condoms on, whatever, but like you just kind of graze it to make sure it's on.
But at that
you know,
point,
there's
when you're
techniques to
feeling it
that.
out or
I
whatever,
gotta do a whole,
when you-
make sure there's some
okay.
length and size.
when
like,
you're filling it out
feeling
and you're like
up with
doing and you're sizing it up and then like you feel like it's not the package that you're happy with, like what do you do at that point? Like your date night, like you know,
well, I've never
the
had this
ambiance
happen,
is
but I
set.
would not
You would
go
just
through
leave.
it.
You would
I
like,
would be like, you know what? I've changed my mind. Yeah.
yeah, okay.
I would have second thoughts. Yeah, I wouldn't be like, oh, you know what? It's too small.
You're butt naked. You're butt naked in your bed.
Like it's about
Yeah.
to go.
I'm
it's
saying, you know
going
what, I
down
can't do
already.
this.
I've done that before where I've been like,
Yeah.
I can't do this.
Yeah, I could change
But
my
the guy
mind.
was super understanding. I was also like 19 or 20 at the time. I can't really remember.
Wow.
But what
I
was
was
your
young.
reason for it?
I had just lost my virginity like a couple months prior,
Oh, okay.
and I was
So
really
you're
into
nervous?
the guy that I was with, and I just
Oh,
couldn't.
that's so
Okay.
honest of you too.
Yeah, I just couldn't do it. I was just like, I'm gonna go back home and
Yeah.
just thank you.
Like,
Thank you
Wow.
for your time. Like,
Thank
Thank you for your time.
I'm like, you were good for this.
Thank you for your
and
time.
Bye.
Wow.
So, okay, you're in a relationship.
Yeah.
A very happy one.
yes.
I wanted to ask because I know, like in the past, we've like talked about the fact that you know when you're in a somewhat long-term relationship, like, do you set any boundaries in your relationship? Like, how are you guys with boundaries, and or do you have rules at all?
So we don't really necessarily have like rules, but we do have boundaries.
Okay.
And we cleared those out early. And I think that's important for all in relationships. You need to clear it out. So for
Okay.
us, when I met my boyfriend, he likes attention. Like in the sense that like he likes to dress really well. He likes to wear really bright colors. If you ever met him, you definitely would see him like across
From
the
afar.
way in a highlighter green. Like he just
Yeah.
likes to stand out, be
Okay.
different, like that kind of
All
guy.
right.
So he likes to get, acknowledged for, the way that he carries himself, which is fun. A lot of men like to have that acknowledgement, which is cool.
Yeah.
I'm not that kind of girl. Like, I don't really care for you to talk to me. Don't talk to me. Like, keep moving. Like, I don't need you to tell me nothing. I can go to Loblaws wearing the same outfit I wore the last 4 days, but he needs to change every time.
Okay.
And for him, he let me know that. So if girls approach him and girls talk to him and then he wants to have a conversation, that's fine. I'm
Oh,
very
wow.
secure in my relationship. I know where
love
we
that.
stand. I know what I bring to the table in this relationship, and he knows what he brings. So there's no threats. Like, there's nobody that can do what I do for him, and no man can do for me what he does for me.
Ooh.
So if he wants to go and get attention from a girl and talk to her at a party or whatever, as long as there's no numbers exchanged, I'm going to meet you up with here, he can do whatever.
So you don't mind the casual flirting? Like,
No, I
light,
flirt too,
fun,
like-
casual flirting.
Because you know what it is? Like, when you're with somebody for so long, you know that they think you're beautiful, but it's nice to hear it from somebody else as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
How long have you guys been together again?
3 years.
Wow.
Okay.
3 years, 2 years living together. It'll be 2 years this year.
Okay.
So with the social media age and all that stuff, like, so you guys are saying you're okay with the flirting here and there, like, so do you guys have each other's passwords, or you guys trust each other fully?
No,
like,
we have
trust-
privacy.
Yeah,
the
that's
privacy
good.
We have
is there.
privacy.
Okay,
But the
good.
thing is, like, we'll talk about it aloud. So, like, for example, like the other couple weeks ago, this girl was messaging him, like, super into him, whatever, and he was entertaining the conversation. But then he shows me the conversation, and he shows me the girl. Right? He's like,
Nice.
oh, like, and we'll talk about it, we'll laugh about it, or whatever. And then when she asked him, hey, do you have a girlfriend? He's like, yes. If that question comes up, he is quick to acknowledge he's with somebody.
Okay.
And then those girls obviously like go away because they're like,
Yeah.
okay, I don't want to, you know?
They?
Yeah. Sometimes they
Some of them
don't. Sometimes they do, but a lot of the women, because my boyfriend is a lot older, the women that address him are older.
How
Oh.
old is he?
He's 39 this year.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
So, and I'm 30. So
Okay.
Oh.
the women who address him,
Yes.
the women that address him are older too, so they're kind of like no nonsense, no
Yeah,
BS
they're
type
just like,
thing.
right.
So if you have a girl, like I don't even want to.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah.
I'm okay with him doing that. He's good with me doing that, and
Okay.
like as long as we know what it is at the end of the day, like there is no problem.
No,
Yeah.
it's healthy.
Yeah.
It's healthy to flirt with other people
It is.
and stuff like that. I mean, you don't want to be.
But think of it this way: if you keep
too
telling
much.
your man no, he's gonna be like, "F you, I'm gonna go like
Yeah.
do my own thing." Like
Because they're gonna feel constrained.
Yeah.
They're gonna feel like they're
Like,
being
why
like
not?
controlled
Again, like you
and like, you know.
you know, like there's only so much I can do for him in terms of like saying, "Oh my God, you're so hot," like whatever. Because sometimes you're annoying. Like sometimes he annoys me, and I don't want to give you a compliment today. Like I'm not in the mood for that. But if
Yeah.
you want to go get
Yeah.
it from Sharon or whoever, then by all
Right.
means, do it up.
Go
Like,
get it.
Right.
I don't
Wow,
miss
I
this.
guess
Sharon.
Okay. Wow.
That's what I mean. It's just you just gotta set them early. Like you gotta set a lot of not like say, hey, you can't do this. It's more just organic. Like we just
Yeah.
had that conversation.
Yeah.
Just
Show each
randomly.
other
Naturally.
what makes
Yeah.
you feel uncomfortable and whatnot.
So in terms of when it comes to boundaries, right? Like you guys have been living together for 2 years. Are any of those boundaries that you've established sexual boundaries, or do you think those exist?
I think that's just common sense. You're not doing anything sexual with anybody else. 'Cause I'll
No.
fight you.
I mean like within.
That's just common sense.
I don't like that. I mean like within your own relationship.
Relationship.
Do sexual boundaries exist within the
That's
two
a
in
very
your
good question. I've
dynamic?
always wondered.
Like,
Do you have
see,
sex all the time, like 24/7, or do you
It's
stop?
Kaliah. I mean,
Yeah,
unless things
but
have
like,
changed.
yeah, I don't like. I'm down all the time.
So there's no restriction. There's nothing that you wouldn't do, or would you
was joking.
compromise if you like doing certain things?
No.
Okay.
So you guys don't have any limits.
Nope.
Okay.
Wow.
If I say, hey, like, even if he doesn't want to, he does it. Like, because it's for me,
Do you have
right?
an example?
Ooh,
Like,
I
for
like that.
example, like, it's been hard for him because it's COVID and he can't, like, work out and go out see his friends as normal. So he's home all the time. And when you're home, you start to get into, like, a little bit of a funk, right? We all have been in that little funk.
Yeah.
So then he doesn't want to do anything. He doesn't want to, like, touch me or talk to me. So I'll just be like, look, I want to do it. I know you're really not into it, but it'll be, like, 3 minutes or, like, 4.
3 minutes.
Or yeah, I'll just say that because for me, right, he's not gonna be doing anything, and he's like, okay, fine. He's like, I'm just laying there though, but like he does it.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like he just does it, and there's times where I don't feel like it. Like if I don't want to do anything and he wants to, I'm just like, okay, fine. But like I'm not doing anything. But
Yeah.
it's not always gonna be hot and heavy, passionate all the time because you
Right,
live
right.
with that person, right? Like he sees me
Yeah.
when there's like crust shit in my eye and like my hair's a mess or like I'm like doing my nails and picking my toes. Like he sees me doing these things, and obviously it's not attractive.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not always gonna be hot and heavy, but like you also have to compromise, right? So if I
Yeah.
don't want to do something, I'll do it for him because I love him, and at the end of the day, I rather do that for him as my partner because I know he would do it for me. It's give and take.
Okay.
I like it.
Yeah, for sure.
True.
I feel like I was gonna ask, well, you guys, like, if you're in a relationship for a long time, like, you know, we're talking about the Nellie situation, and we saw Nellie was asked one time, you know, he's been with a girlfriend for, I think, over
Was
6
it
years,
6
7
years?
years.
Yeah, I think it was 6 years.
And they're so in love, and somebody, or I guess the media, asked them, you know, how, you know, you love your wife, you know, do you feel like you're gonna get married anytime soon? You guys have been together for so long. And his answer was, you know, I don't see my life without this woman, but I'm definitely not rushing marriage. And what do we think of that, ladies? Like, do you
Smart.
I think Kaliah is the one in the relationship, so why don't you lead with that,
Yeah.
with your
Am I
response?
the only one in the relationship?
Yeah, we're all
Oh.
single, girl. Except you.
I'd be smart. Like, why rush into anything that you're not ready for? Like,
okay?
But like,
Yeah.
how would you feel if you were you and your man been together for 3 years now, living together for 2? So I think that expedites things a little bit, or takes you to another level once you move in.
Have a conversation.
How would you feel if like 3 years from now, he still wasn't ready to take the next level of commitment in your relationship and propose. Do you care or no?
No. Is he still treating me the same? Yeah. If he's still loving me the same, then okay.
Like
So you don't place a high level of importance on marriage.
Let me make it very clear. I want the ring so I can have a party. I want to be able to go to Jamaica and turn the hell up with everybody with a ring. I don't need a paper to say, hey, we're married. I don't care to take your last name, but I do want that ring just to have it on my hand because my hands are a little bare. And I want to have the party. But other than that, like, we don't need to go to the courthouse and be official. Like,
right.
Yeah, you just want to celebrate. So would you even not have a celebration then? Or an official wedding? Like, would you take the ring and then go on vacation?
Yeah, that's the plan. I'm going to literally invite everybody I've ever known in my life.
And just party together.
Yeah, like, hey, I'm going to Jamaica, guys. This is the resort. If you want to come, I'm literally going to post it on Facebook, Instagram, the Toronto Star.
Everywhere.
Whoever wants to come,
pull up.
Just pull up in Jamaica and let's just turn up.
Like, turn up.
That's all I want to do.
That's going to be lit. So you guys are invited too, obviously.
Everybody's coming.
Just show up.
Everybody's showing up.
Toronto News.
That's all I want to do is just have a big party. I don't need a formal wedding. I don't need a wedding dress. Like, I just want to have a gigantic party where the focus is on me.
Yes.
That's the only way to get it.
Okay.
So that's what it would be.
I like it.
That sounds good. That sounds like a good time. I think a lot of people place too much importance on the paper, right?
Yeah.
Too much.
But you know, if that commitment is there in whatever form it comes, like you guys exchange vows together on your own, on a one-on-one, right? Then I think that's equally important.
Yeah.
I don't think
That
years actually matter, because I know so many people have been married for years and then get married and then 2 years later they get divorced.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then people married in 2 years and then
Within
together
like 2 years
forever. Yeah.
Because it just depends with the partnership you have.
Yeah, it depends on the relationship.
People focus way too much on
societal standards.
Yeah, like, oh, marriage, I have to get a job by this time, I have to be pregnant by this time. Listen, my body will still work and having a baby at 45, so I'm good. Like, I'm cool on that. I want to live my life, be as successful as I can be, and if that means at 43 I have a kid,
yikes.
My nieces and nephews will all be grown to take care of it, so I just feel like I'll be in a good space.
I'm literally cringing right now.
I'm like,
oh God, 43.
But think about it this way: for all my friends that had kids when they were like you, Nicole, for example.
Yeah.
You're in quarantine with your teenagers or your
almost
teenagers. Yeah. You must be going absolutely insane. So
it's hard.
It depends, right? So
pros and cons,
Pros and cons.
But like at the same time, so I'm 30 now. I'm happy at the idea. Think about it like this. I will have adult children by the time I'm 37. Not one, but 2 adult children.
It's true.
It's like, whoa.
You don't have no babies.
There's like chapter 2 of my life.
What does that mean now? You're 37, so are you waiting to live your full best life at 37?
Absolutely.
No babies.
Why? Because I'll tell you, when you have children, you guys, none of you guys are mothers yet, you will come to see. It's not a joke when people say that motherhood is the ultimate sacrifice. It doesn't matter what I want or need, my kids come first. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Always.
Yeah, I've heard
so it's fine if you're dedicating 20 odd years to raising children and putting them first. Mm-hmm. But the minute that's done, it's back to like, you know what? Yeah. What do I want to do? And that's going to come first. Mm-hmm. And that hasn't come first for a long time. So it's like, it depends how you look at it, right? Now, quarantine with them, it's like, sometimes I'm just like pulling out my hair because it'd be rough. But
at least they're self-sufficient. You don't have to be like cooking food. And they can do those type of stuff, but
they don't.
Oh, okay.
They have their mother full time.
I know, right?
That's how I was.
Why would I do it if you could do it?
It's like, mom is here. I do it.
By the time you're 40, you can do whatever you want. You don't have to take care of no babies.
You don't want to wait till you're 40. I want to be turning all the way up until I'm 40, and then I'll be like,
then you have kids and you're done.
Yeah, I think it depends where you are in life. I think everybody is everybody's different. There's some people that have their kids younger and they can't wait because they were blessed to live that long to have a second chapter. Yeah. And some people have turned all the way up to the point where they're like, all right, it's time to relax. My leg's getting tired. I'm okay to just be at home and just take care of the baby. And take care of kids. That, to some people, that's their second chapter.
Exactly.
And that's their new cycle. And just like marriage, everybody's different. But I know that just with pressure in society, because normally everybody has been told when they're supposed to have kids, when they're supposed to get married. Sometimes as much as we're very independent and we have our own thoughts, like there's those like things that you think about, you don't do it don't affect your life, but you know there's so many people that are thinking like that. They're controlled with society. That are terrified, you know what I mean? So like I feel like we're lucky that we're not necessarily controlled all the way. Like, you know, we still find ways to still turn up and do what we gotta do. But okay, I'm back to that. Like, wait, I'm not off of that topic yet. I'm not off of it yet. So a lot of people think, okay, because I'm with this partner for a long time, and I know it doesn't matter to everybody, but I've heard like a lot of women get really upset. You know, I've been with this person for like 10 years. Like we've done it, like, you know, we have a house together, now we have these 3 kids, and they're really feeling like, why are we not married? And everybody's asking the one they're not married. So like a lot of people are not that independent, like to feel like they could think for themselves and stand up for themselves. So there's that pressure with those relationships, and we've seen and heard where women are just like, yo, he has to put a ring on it, like literally.
People need to mind their business.
That's what it is.
But people don't.
They need to mind their business, because it's like, oh,
but people don't.
And I have a cousin, like she's been in a relationship for a lot of years now. I think it's like 6 years now, and she, you know, every time the family members see her, it's like, oh, okay, when you're getting married, oh, you're gonna have kids soon. It's like, come on, man, nobody wants that kind of pressure. When I'm ready,
it's so annoying.
No, but the thing is they have nothing else to talk about. That's what
right.
it is.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And their life's funny didn't work out, and they're like looking at you, and you're the only person to
but even
talk
so, like, it's just like they're just trying to make conversation with you.
That too.
Because they don't know what's going on in your life
They
anyway.
just want to be a
So
part.
say what's new and let them tell you. You know, I'm thinking about getting married or whatever.
They're nosy though. They're old and they're nosy. They're gonna ask those questions. They're gonna ask those questions.
Parents, they don't think the same way.
They're gonna ask those questions.
But my thing is, I feel like no one can ever tell me, and I have this conversation with friends of mine who have like been engaged and get married. I'm like, what fulfillment are you looking for out of marriage? Like you're with somebody for so long. Like you want to get to this point. Okay, like, when you get there, what happens next? Like, are you like automatically fulfilled? Like, are you like super pumped? Like, what happens?
I asked that question to my sister got married a couple years ago. And when she got married, I was talking to her husband after. I forget how it came up. Just similar discussion. And he was telling me, he's like, I'm going to tell you this as a man. He's like, a man, once they get married, their mind shifts completely. It's like, I can be committed to you, but at the same time, we're boyfriend and girlfriend, right? We're boyfriend and girlfriend, but the minute, I'll speak as he was speaking.
Right.
He's like, the minute I married your sister, he's like, I felt a sense of responsibility for her that I'd never felt before. I felt a responsibility for our home, for our daughter, because then my sister had a baby, right? So he's like, I felt a different sort of overwhelming responsibility for us as a unit that he had never felt before.
But I would like to know
so
why.
Different.
Because,
I'm not sure.
Because when you have a home with somebody, that's a commitment. When you have a child with somebody, that's a commitment. And no matter whether you're in that person's life, if you and if your sister to him didn't work out, you still have a responsibility to her as the mother of your child. So I'm just trying to understand how you have this new shift of responsibility when it was always there.
Because you can break up.
It's a mental thing.
It's a mental thing, and maybe you'll be held accountable. Maybe you'll be called out. Now you've had this marriage. Now everybody really knows. Like, this is a final commitment for you guys. So if you look back versus if you're a boyfriend or girlfriend, you could be like, okay, I guess you guys didn't get married yet.
And it's easier to give up too. Like a lot of people, if they're married, there's more of that commitment to working on issues. If you're dating and you buy a house, you're like, okay, this is not working. I'm not gonna deal with it. I'm gonna sell the house, or I'm gonna move out, whatever.
Depends on your mentality when you're dating, because that's not the way that I think. We don't play that in my house. Like, we are all about making it work. Like, we've decided we love each other, and this is what we want. Like, I want to be with him, he wants to be with me, so we try not to fight. We don't raise our voices. I was telling Grace earlier, we don't swear. We don't call each other stupid. We don't say dumb. And I got really mad at him once when he told me I was acting stupid, and I addressed it. I was like, no. I'm like, we don't speak to each other at all. Like,
you have to.
You have to.
That is a healthy relationship, because a lot of people, I have a friend who's married, and when her and her husband argue, it's extremely toxic. Like, they will put each other all the way down. They'll bring up stuff from years ago. They'll push their buttons that they know are buttons. Like, this is the person you're married to. You know what their buttons are. And they go low when they argue. And I always say to her, I'm like, you guys can't do that. You can be mad at a particular present issue, address that issue. And it has nothing to do with what happened 4, 5, 6 years ago for you to be bringing that up. So what you guys are doing, that's a really healthy relationship. And I love that. I'm happy for you for that, because That's super key, and I think a lot of young people in relationships as well. Like I think 30 is pretty young still.
It is.
I think a lot of young people in relationships, they miss that mark. Like they fail to address things early, and they're like, okay, I'm just gonna let it slide, or okay, it was just one time, and one time turns to two, two times turns to three,
and then it gets worse,
and then it's just toxic,
and you lose control.
Yeah.
And then when you try to address it, it's like, okay, well, you never had an issue with it then
before,
right?
You bring it up, yeah.
Yeah, so that's good.
We try to do that.
That's good. It like control, like making sure that like everybody's aware the type of words we're not gonna be using with each other, no matter what. We could be angry with each other, but like what you're not gonna do is.
Yeah,
because it's like, why attack each other? Like you're not mad at me. If you thought I was stupid, you wouldn't be with me. So it's like that's not the problem here. The problem is you don't agree with my opinion, or you don't agree with my thoughts. So let's address that. Don't address me as a person, because that's not what this is about. Yeah, so we try. We just we cool off for a little bit, and then he'll say like, listen, I just don't understand why this is bothering you so much because of X, Y, and Z. And then we talk about it. Like, I'm all about talking about things, understanding, and making a change, because you can't just communicate. Everybody's like, oh, communication is such a big deal. But yeah, what are you doing after you've communicated?
Yeah, exactly.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Do you understand what that person said? And are you making actions to fix it?
Yeah.
Because
just saying it.
Because
I'm curious to know about this, just because of how you've described the dynamic of your relationship. So how do you guys have been together for 2 years now. How do you run your household, in the sense of like, do you guys have specific responsibilities? We talked kind of about this. We touched on this in a previous episode on gender roles, but I'm curious to see how your households run. Like, do you have responsibilities where like you are the one who cooks and cleans? Like, talk to me a bit about how your household looks.
Sorry, baby. So I run the household. He does his thing here and there, but before we moved in, he was really clear. He's like, I don't wash dishes, and he's like, I don't clean. He's like, I might clean the tub, but that's as good as it gets. And I was like, okay. So I knew what I was walking into with him.
Okay, but what about cooking?
I do all the cooking because I don't want him messing up my kitchen. But like when it comes to like day-to-day things, like I'll do most of the stuff. But I also live in a small apartment, so it's really not that big of a deal. But if I just say to him, hey, can you take out the trash? He gets up and he does it. If I say, hey, can you make up the bed or do the laundry? He gets up and he does it. So it's not to say that he doesn't do it. It's just he just needs me to tell him. Yeah. And I'm okay with direction. That. And like what I appreciate about him is, and he knows me, I like things done now. Like if I ever want something or need something, I need it done now. Like I don't like to wait 2-3 hours for it to be done. I need it done today, like this second. So if I say, hey, hey babe, I need you to wash the dishes before I start cooking.
But you told he doesn't wash dishes.
He'll do it because I asked.
Oh, okay, if you ask.
And also too, he understands we're in a relationship. It's a partnership, right? Like he's gonna do it all the time. Yeah. But like what I love about him is that he gets up and he does it.
That's good.
He doesn't just like be like, all right, cool. Like sometimes he'll be like, all right, give me 5 minutes, but it's literally 5 minutes, and he'll go do it. So I can't really nitpick at him because he's grown to understand the kind of person that I am, and vice versa. So if I'm like, yo, take this out, he does it. Yeah. And I think for him too, it's just like this is a different kind of relationship experience he's been in. I'm a really overly lovey-dovey, affectionate person. Like if you ever see me with him, I'm always like trying to kiss him or grab his ass or something like that. So he's not used to that kind of love and that kind of attention. So he loves it. So for him, it's like I don't ever want to lose this. I don't ever want this to stop. So he'll do whatever he'll do what it takes. So it is what like that's just how our dynamic works. And like I said, I'm very happy in my relationship, and I'm happy in the place that he's grown to be being with me, and how the woman that I've grown being with him.
Earlier on, you talked about what what you bring to the table, and you're secure in your relationship. What are like the top 3 things that you would say you bring to the table, and the top 3 things that he brings to the table that you think that makes you jive so well?
He pushes me to be a better person. I'm gonna get off. He pushes me to be a better person. like in terms of when I met him, I had just came out of school. And I had gotten my first job, and he was really pushing me to be like, hey, I want to be with you. He's like, I want to move in with you. Like, I really want to start a life with you. He's like, so let's make this happen. So with him saying that, it made me want to look for my profession a lot faster. It made me interview and brush up on my skills a lot faster. It made me take courses to learn more. And then I got the job that I wanted, and then we moved out. And then he's also just helped me be more mature when I handle situations, because like I said, like we have quite a big age gap. So like the way that I was managing situations is not the way he handles situations. So sometimes I get really mad, and it's very like, F this, F that. But I've learned to be very calm, because he's such a calm energy that it's just like, he brings me to peace. So
Ooh.
I don't even get riled up about things anymore. I just tell him straight up. I'm like, listen, babe, this conversation, I'm not really feeling it. Like, I feel like I'm going to get mad, so I'm just going to step away. And he understands. He never pushes me. So I think for me, he brings that encouragement that I need, and he brings that peace that I've never had before in a partner. And I think for him, I give him that love that he's been lacking in maybe his relationships in the past or whatever the case may be, because I'm overly affectionate. Like, if you ask him, I'm always touching him. So I bring that love to the relationship. And also, like, I think I encourage him a lot. Like, he has all these dreams and all these goals, and for him, he wants to achieve them, and I really help him map it out. Like you were saying, SMART goals. That's what I do for a living. I help people create their goals and achieve success and stuff. So
very nice.
it's like, with him, that's what we do together.
I love that.
You know? So
good.
I think that's where
really,
we find.
really
So
good.
we always are challenging each other. We're always having fun with each other. And I think that's really important in relationships, to find your equal in that way.
I like
Yes.
that. I have to agree.
I know.
It's kind of like, you know, whenever you hear people saying, you know, I don't know why we're not working out. Like, we've been together for so long. Like, you know, I've tried this, I've tried that. If you have to get to that point, like, you see how natural it is for you guys, because it just meshed and
It just works.
it just works. And that's why I always tell people, like, don't force anything. No matter how much you love each other, like, just know when it's time to walk away, no matter how painful it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because when you meet your
lax.
person, like, you will meet your person. I feel like
He's
met
also
your
like
person.
super lax. Like, I burnt down our kitchen, and he came out and he was like, "We're gonna laugh about this in a couple months," and went back to bed. Like, he helped me put the fire out. My whole kitchen went up in smoke. He helped me put the fire out, and he was super chill about it, super supportive about it. Called his dad over. His dad helped us repaint it and make it like decent until we got it fixed.
Wow.
But he was like, "Don't worry, babe. We're gonna laugh about this in a few months." Like, he's so chill. Like, nothing bothers him. So it's like, if something bothers me, it's like he'll just like, but is it really that big of a deal? Like, do we really need to care about it to that extent? And so it's brought me back down to being chill again. So I think it's his personality and his energy that really kind of makes this relationship as easy as it's been.
Okay,
That's
okay.
good. That's so refreshing to hear, because we hear so many like stories of toxic
I know. I feel like
relationships.
you're more of that.
Yeah,
than
this sounds so good.
successful
Like, he sounds like a
ones.
unicorn.
He
like,
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. He's not a unicorn
I
by
know,
any means.
people are-
He has his moments.
Everybody,
but
nobody's perfect,
Nobody
right?
is, yeah.
Nobody's perfect, but no, it's so refreshing to hear like a healthy relationship dynamic, because we don't typically hear that on the app.
I didn't even think I would ever achieve a healthy relationship dynamic, because I was in some pretty
I know.
shit toxic situations where there's like cheating and lying and all sorts of bacchanal, and I was just like,
Bacchanal.
Yeah.
You have to go through a few terrible ones before you get
so this one I wasn't even expecting it, but we did everything so so fast. Like, we met each other, and then 4 weeks later we were boyfriend and girlfriend, and then 4 weeks later we went on our first vacation.
Aww.
And then we were just inseparable for 7 months. And then we got a place together. Like, everything happened so quick.
Right.
Yeah.
But it was at the pace that it needed to be for us.
I think so too. Yeah, I think so too.
As long as it happened organic, that's how it's supposed to be.
That's so good. That's just kind of like chill.
And I was gonna bring him today. You guys should have been like, "Yo, Kaliah, bring him," and I would have brought him. He probably would have came too, you know.
You know what? We'll have a couples
Is he down to talk on? Yeah, I know. Like,
couples
that'd be awesome.
couples segment.
yeah.
And ask both parties and really put them on the spot and see how
If
their
you guys have
dynamic
any
is.
questions for Kaliah and her bae, we're gonna do another future segments.
Yeah.
Ask the healthy relationship. We'll call it that.
Yeah, man.
Because we do it
we
at
have a
home.
few
Like,
people
we'll watch
Q&A.
YouTube videos and we'll like have debates and conversations about
Yes.
it. Like, we'll really get into some like stuff
Yeah.
that some people might not find comfortable all the time. But I mean, for me, it's just like when people talk about certain things, I think of it as, it's not my reality right now. It's not my future either. It's just a conversation.
Yeah.
People hold so much weight on when a guy says, "Oh my God, I love that girl's so sexy." Like, "Oh, she has a fat ass and whatever." I know I don't have a fat ass. I'm pretty okay with that. Like, I bring a lot of other things, but I mean, when he says things like that or he likes that, it doesn't mean that he doesn't love me or doesn't like me or he's gonna go see that girl and do whatever.
Right.
It's a conversation in in this moment.
Yeah.
It doesn't have any weight.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
why would a woman or somebody stress about what hasn't happened? That never made any sense to me.
That's
Because you're
that's
secure.
why. Yeah.
Exactly. But there's a lot of insecure. I was gonna say women, but a lot of insecure people.
People
in general.
There's a lot of insecure people, and insecurity comes out in so many different ways. Sometimes insecurity comes out through anger. Sometimes insecurity comes out through jealousy,
or an argument,
questioning, control. You just don't know. But I mean, you seem like you're secure in yourself and secure in your relationship. And
I think that's why it works, because both of you are secure in how you are.
And then he makes you feel secure.
That's right. When you come in,
Like I said, he wants to talk to, like, and some of the girls that you know he entertains are really pretty, but it's a pretty face. Like
exactly,
that's about it.
Like I said, like it's not my reality, and it's not something that's entertained.
So what if what if you know, he's considering. He entertains these women, as you said, right?
Yeah.
What if he comes to you one day and says, you know, as you know, I've entertained these women for 2 years now, as we've been living together. I've decided I want to take it a little bit further, and I want to pursue this, but I still want to be with you because I love you. Would you consider that?
Then I would say to him, like I tell him every day, you want to go ahead and you do that. I'm going to go do me, and then you're going to know I'm doing what I'm doing. You're just not going to know how often I'm doing it and with whom I'm doing it, and you tell me how you feel at the end of it. And then he takes all that shit back. Like, for him, it's like he knows he can't have his cake and eat it too, but I am the cake. So like realistically, he just wants to keep me. So we can have these conversations. You can entertain people. I don't mean entertain. I don't want anybody to be confused about what entertaining means. It doesn't mean that he's talking like sexual things or I'm doing sexual things. Like that's not what that means. It could be just a conversation. Because not everybody slides in your DM and is like, hey, let's do that. It's more of people. It's like, oh, hey, you're pretty, whatever, and you're just like, oh, thank you, and you're having like small talk.
Small talk.
I feel like people take them like, oh, entertain. She's letting him do like talk about sex and whatever. That's not what I'm doing. No. It's lighthearted conversations that they're having. Some girls like, oh, you're handsome. He's like, oh, thank you so much, and they'll be like, oh, I think it's so small. It's
I think that's so healthy that you guys are allowed that in a relationship, because I feel like a lot of times, why people get the insecurities or I've seen and heard people just go off on like comment section. They don't even know each other and everybody's going off, and it's like, no, my girl knows that like we talk on the side, like so it's just kind of like it creates this like boundary in a beautiful way where even when the girls are reaching out like I have a girl and she knows about that's cool like you can reach out anytime you want. Like I think that if that was allowed more in relationships, there wouldn't be this sneaky. I also don't believe in putting your links going on. Like
your what on blast?
Your relationship. Like if you follow me on Instagram, like I don't really. I post him and I'll put like quick stories of him, but I don't really post my relationship so hardcore where details about what we're doing, where
every
we live,
day,
what's going on. Like
we just ate that day.
Yeah, you'll see us on vacation here. You'll see us, laying down on a couch here. But like I don't go ham like some people do and say, like every single post is like, oh, you're the love of my life, or you're my favorite person in the whole, because he does annoy me sometimes. He knows he does. Like it is what it is. But I feel like when you start doing that, people start getting invested in your relationship and have opinions to say and start coming out and stuff. Agree. I don't want anybody's opinion because no offense, I don't care. So I don't want anybody else telling me what I can and cannot do with my man. And even situations that I have, like Nicole knows, like. Situations that my boyfriend and I have been through. I don't put any of those on blast. We manage that internally in our relationship, and that's it. Nobody dictates what I do with my boyfriend. And I feel like a lot of women take on what their friends say. Like, I'm not listening to you. Like, do you know what goes on day to day here? No. So if you tell me that's why I never judge women when like their men cheat on them or
you don't know the relationship.
Yeah, you don't know.
You don't know.
So how can you have an opinion on shit you don't know anything about?
Yeah. The thing is, like, okay, so I find that people in relationships need to be mindful of what they're sharing with their friends.
Agreed.
Yes.
Because you and your friends, you could talk, you could be open with that person, fine. But what people don't keep in mind is the fact that if I'm telling you something today about my man, my hypothetical man,
future man,
my future man, if I'm telling you stuff about him today, you don't have that connection to him. So you're going to hold that and be like, I no longer like this guy. He did X, Y, and Z to you, for you, whatever. And I'm in the relationship with him. I have love for him. I'm going to quicker forgive him. But your friends are going to continue to hold that he's a piece of shit. Right? So, anytime I come to you again, you're gonna be like, well, why are you even still with him from the last time? Like, people still hold on to that, and it's like I think people need to be mindful about what they're sharing with their friends.
I think
when
that's
in a relationship. Manage it on your own, like you said, internally within your relationship. Manage it that way, because it's like people hold on to that. Like
share without sharing. I love how you put it. It's like when you put yourself out there, you're giving people permission to start criticizing in ways you never even thought will affect you, because you were just doing it with an honest heart and you're just excited. And but then, like, before you know it, like, you call somebody and you tell somebody, oh my God, like, he did this and we got into this argument. And like to Nicole's point, they're gonna be like, well, I thought you guys are good, like the way you're posting it. But really, like, you were not calling to get judged on how you do your daily life. You don't and people just are so lonely and vindictive and toxic. And so
I can't lie. There's relationships online that I see that I'm so invested in.
Me too.
Like, why? You guys are invested in online relationships?
So many relationships.
Like reality stars.
Yeah.
Really? I'm so not interested in reality TV.
So invested, Nicole. Some of their stuff they be doing is like on a level that's just like I need to know.
Like, it's admirable. Like, I like
Cardi B's relationship.
Oh, I don't watch that. I don't watch the toxic ones. I like Kadeem and I'm Duval.
Oh yeah,
I love them because they're
cute.
so
such
cute
a family
and they're so real.
And their sons are cute.
And they're and they're dynamic with their relationship. So I really think, like, when they say social media is a blessing and a curse, like, they're the reason why social media is a blessing.
Yes.
Because they're showing people how you could coexist but be very different. And they can't stand each other sometimes, and they show that. And you could tell it's not even acting, because, like, I think they had an episode and they were talking about what doesn't work in their marriage, and, like, she was shocked because she was just like, I didn't know that's why you married me, because you felt pressured. I was like, I definitely did.
I saw that episode.
I felt pressured. And then you just start learning. And, like,
how do you not follow them?
I don't even know who you're talking about. I'm like,
it doesn't matter until it matters. It doesn't matter to you.
No, but I'm looking at all three of you guys, and Karina's like, oh yeah, I saw that episode. Karina's like, yeah, that episode. I'm like, what episode?
They're pretty popular.
They are. He's like an actor.
And he's an actor too. So, I've, like, you see him in movies and stuff like that. And sometimes,
but they also met each other when they're really young.
Like,
16,
they're high school sweethearts, and they've made they've made the millennial way of marriage and relationships like work, but you just gotta be honest. Like, that's what they've shown, or what they show is the honesty aspect of it. Like, I feel like how you guys are, because they're very much like that. He's like, I be looking at girls, and like, she's like,
I don't put it on Instagram. They can do that. I don't do that.
This is more but they're more in the public. Like, they make money being public. So
and they stuck with each other through the good, the bad, and the ugly.
The good, the bad, and the ugly. I like them.
They're compatible. I think a lot of people that get together aren't compatible. That's why
there
are toxic relationships. Before they just say, okay, this isn't working, they move like they separate, they stay together and try to force it, instead of just breaking up.
So you said that you guys did everything pretty quickly, 4 weeks. What do you guys think about, like, building a friendship with somebody before you even jump into a relationship? Are you guys for that, or do you like to just make it very clear from the beginning that we're dating?
Right there, man.
But like, in the initial stages, do you feel like you need to befriend somebody first and genuinely just have a friendship before you jump into anything?
I don't think so.
No? Okay.
I think Kaliah's situation is one out of many odds.
Okay. Yeah,
realistically, I think it could happen that fast and it could work out. But I think in our generation, and I'm not even trying to be a pessimist, like, a lot of people come in relationships and you're having a conversation and there's these walls that are built up, whether from what people are hearing, and you hear a lot of men just talking about. I don't want to get into that because we're gonna have I think we have a podcast on that, but so I don't want to spill it.
It also depends on the person's experience. Though.
Yeah.
So if you experienced a lot, it's gonna be a lot harder to talk to a person that's experienced a lot, because there's too many walls to break down.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's that too.
What about, like,
especially when they've been in a lot of toxic relationships and they haven't healed all the way. So when they meet you, it's like they're trying to bring that in the relationship, but like try to run away from it. But I guess to answer your question, I definitely think that you don't have to know the person 100%. You'll never know everybody 100%. I'm sure there's things about your man sometimes you learn as you go.
Oh, yeah.
And like, in 4 years, you're going to be like, I had no idea I can even stand you for this long. Like, so like there's so many things that you're not going to learn the first month. But I think it's still important to build that. Like, we got to know that we could be friends first. because I don't want to have to keep relying on sex and vacations and looking good and being swept off my feet for us to make up. I want to know that we could just can we just hang and just argue and cry and just do all of that.
I always recommend that couples, if you're starting to date somebody, go on a vacation, because we did that right away. And you learn so much. 7 days with somebody is a long ass time when you don't really know them. Like,
you know what? I could see that.
It really helps. Like it made us see like how organized we were, because you know, you have to get your passport, you got to go through all these channels at the airport, you got to figure that. Then you got to be on a flight for 3-4 hours, you got to entertain each other. Then it's only you guys. Like, we went to Cuba and it was only us. There was nobody else our age. It was, the resort wasn't even that busy. It was us having to make fun with each other for 7 days.
That's crazy.
And it worked.
That's
right?
a beautiful thing, though. I love that.
People have gotten
traveling with your significant other. I've never traveled with a man. Never.
I never did before him.
I feel like that's unheard of, right? I'm sure all of you guys have traveled with a man.
Yeah.
Right? I feel like at this age, I don't know anybody who hasn't.
Yeah.
So, but the thought of it, like, how I'm thinking of it, it's crazy. Like, it's amazing because you really get to focus in on that person. Yeah. There's no external stressors or anything else that's going on, no distractions. It's like
you're like
it's literally just you're in a zen with that person,
and you see that person at their worst. Because I got food poisoning on the second day, so I was throwing
that's
up
rare.
and crap.
That happened to me.
He saw me at my worst.
Are you serious? That happened to me too.
When I went on vacation with one of my previous boyfriends, same thing. Last day, stomach flu. It was disgusting. Like
right,
disgusting.
What did you eat? Where did you go?
Dominican Republic. It was so bad because you're not supposed to drink the water. And I think the last day I brushed my teeth with the water.
Not me.
And it was...
It's hard not to because you have the bottled
You're just
water.
like...
I brushed my teeth with it, but I didn't drink the water.
I mean,
So
sometimes people forget or they're drunk. Who knows?
And it depends on how weak your stomach is too. So...
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Anyways, it was the worst experience. So he's seen it too.
And then they stick with you and you're like, oh, that's love. Because it's just like, you see me vomit and crap and look like shit. Like,
exactly.
You love me. Like, we're in it forever.
Yeah, my traveling experience, like nothing crazy happened. The craziest thing that happened was he didn't know how to swim very well and he really wanted me to help him out. And
was he wearing a floaty?
Yeah, so he didn't even wear a floaty and I was just teaching him how to float first. Like just float and just go away like I'm around, I'm here. So I was like, but that day we were warned that like all the craziest animals are gonna be on the sea. It's like, do not go in the deep end. And like, I don't like the deep end anyways. Like even if but he was like, I guess we're all lit and drunk. He's like, no, let's just go to the deep. Who cares? I'm like, we cannot go that far. We've been warned. So and he's like, how you scared? And you can swim and I can't swim. I was like, oh yeah. So then I go over there and literally my first foot down, I stepped on a sea urchin. 30 spikes, 30 spikes on my foot, and I have to try to bring him back. So I was, geez. But then you're in the second year of vacation, so it teaches you how to be dramatic, how not to be dramatic, how dramatic. Like, and I have a high tolerance of pain, but I guess the lifeguard must have seen us, like, and so he knew exactly what had happened. And I just knew, I was like, I stepped on something, I don't know what it is, just... You're gonna have to figure it out. You like just float. Like I'm going on your back, and we gotta go to the.
Is it pee on your foot for that, or is it?
No, that's stingray.
My point is, we got really acquainted. So I called my mom.
You have to pee on your foot?
I called my mom, and like, cause my mom like did marine biology and all that stuff. So I'll get to that. Just wait.
I don't like suspense.
Oh my God! Did you we weren't ready, and I wasn't gonna do it. But when I called my mom and I told her, I was like, I don't know. It's like, is there a jellyfish? And like, it's a sea urchin. I'm like, yeah, he has to pee on you. Like, whoever you're with has to pee on your foot. So the first
I
know. But I mean, you know,
golden shower.
But you know, he felt bad, and he was just like, oh, we have another 7 days, and we just got here, and you're gonna be in pain. You're gonna be able to walk. Like, it was fine after. Like, I'm like, just give me 7 shots of tequila. Like, I need 7 shots of tequila right now. And I just like went in on it because I just wanted to feel numb. Because like when you look at your foot and you're because you know,
a bunch of stuff sticking out of it.
All the stuff, like there's like over 30 black spots, because all the chin, like
I'll take the throwing up and the crapping myself.
Yeah,
like any day.
But then it comes out, and the acid, you need that acid to go in your foot. So guys, if you ever step on a sea urchin or jellyfish, just you can use your own pee if you want. Like I didn't have to use his, but like I just wanted to make him. I just
pass on the whole pee thing, but thank you.
I would have used my own pee. I would have put it in a cup.
Guys, when you're in pain and you're not trying to pay $6,000 in insurance in Jamaica, and you gotta get healed within a day or two, you're gonna do what it takes. Trust me. Right now, when you're thinking about it,
yeah, it's on my foot. Like,
just pee on me.
then, and you did. And like every time, like, washing time, let's go. And like, pee out. And then we just go back and swim again.
I'm surprised you haven't traveled with anybody. Like, I'm just surprised. Just because it's you. You're not cool.
I mean, yeah, I know. I'm surprised too. I'm surprised too, but like every time I've approached it, like, I don't know, something always happens. I don't know, like,
it doesn't work
I don't know.
out.
I say that just because, like, even growing up with you, it was always, you know, everybody thought I would be first to do everything, and I mean everything.
hey.
So I'm just surprised you didn't do these things before me. Like, this is like a first for me.
Let me tell you, I was too busy doing all the things that I got myself pregnant. And when I got pregnant, as I was saying earlier, everything shifts from what you want and need to what your kids need. So that's why. If I didn't have children young, I would have been traveled left, right, center, Jamaica,
True.
Africa, Europe, all types of places. But you know, the focus shifted. But 37. 37,
you're there. Don't worry.
You know where to find me. Actually, you won't know where to find me. I'll be
I think it's gonna happen
different continents.
I think
It'll
it'll
happen before then, I'm sure.
We're gonna make sure.
No. You think so? I mean, I need everybody working for me at this point.
Oh, we will. It's a Nicole task force. Let's go.
We got
Task force. Let's go.
But anyways, I guess we better wrap up. Kaliah, it's been such a pleasure having you on.
It's been
It
fun
has
being
been.
there.
Let's cheers,
Like,
guys.
I feel like she has to
refilled
come
graces.
back.
Cheers.
Next time I come back, I'll bring him.
Please.
Yes, we'll do a
You're gonna
relationship
come with me,
segment.
okay? I hope you watch this when I get home.
Honestly, like, she's been a joy. We always knew that the episode would be lit when Kaliah comes on. So
Yes.
definitely,
next time.
you
It'll
gotta
be
come
fun.
back. Because we
We'll get
have
him
so many other questions I have to hold back. But, you know, we'll pick it up from...
It was good.
It was really
Thanks for
good.
having me.
Yeah,
Thanks,
thanks
guys.
for coming. Thanks, guys, for watching again. If you do have questions, as we said, Kaliah's going to be coming on with Bay. So
Yes,
send us your
yes.
questions. Our
Yes.
email is threeway@ngk.gmail.com.
Yes.
Or you can DM us as well. We are 3way with NGK on Instagram. The link in our bio will take you to all of the links
things.
you need for wherever you watch your podcasts. We also have a YouTube channel linked there as well. So check us out. Thanks for rocking with us. And we'll wrap up at that. Peace.
Peace.